Ooh, child, this is bad. But I'm going to show you how I went from this dry, matted, tangled hair that I can't even run my fingers through to being able to easily comb through my strands in less than 30 minutes. Look at that. So easy. Welcome to Aloft Aloft. Today's video is all about natural hair. First, I need to take my hair down out of this puff that's been up for way too long. Okay, much better. Now, I'm going to attempt to section my hair into 4 parts, but as you can see, this stuff that's tangled up so bad, it won't be easy. I definitely can't use a comb at this point. Look at that. Knots, tangles, everything. Now that I'm done fighting with that, I'm going to wrap this section up and clip it down with the alligator clip. Then I'm going to do the same thing to the back section as well. Wrap it up and clip it down. Real easy. Then I'm going to move over to the other side and fight with that. As you can see, more tangles, more knots. This is so ridiculous. But I'm going to try to detangle it like I did the first section. Then I'm just going to wrap it up, alligator clip it again in the front, and then wrap up the back section as well and clip that down with another alligator clip. So in all, I did 4 sections with 4 clips. So now I'm going to move on to the back side, and I'm going to start out with my trusty spray bottle. Get that section saturated and wet, and I'm just going to run my fingers through it to make sure the water goes all the way through the strands. Stretch out the ends a little bit. Once I get that to my liking, then I'm going to move on to my Pre-Poo. This is my favorite Pre-Poo of all times. I hate they discontinued this product because I really do like it. As you can see from what's left, I really do like this product. So I'm going to take the Pre-Poo, coat my strands, start at the roots, give it some love, but I'm not going to miss out or forget about my ends. I'm going to give those some love as well. So I'm going to work it through. Here you can see I'm showing my ends some love because it's the oldest part of the hair. So I have to make sure I coat that. But I'm going to work the product through. Next, I'm going to re-wet my sections so that I can start using the Detangler, which is my favorite tool ever. It's the Tangle Teaser. The Tangle Teaser makes detangling my hair so much easier. It makes the process simple and it cuts out a lot of time. But as you can see, I'm starting from the ends because that is the oldest part of my hair. And then I'm going to work my way up. Right here, I'm a little distracted by my husband who walked in during my wash day process to keep me company. But anyways, I'm detangling from the ends up. And as you can see here, when I'm running my fingers through it, completely different than the earlier clip I showed. Tangle Teaser makes it so much easier to get through those knots. I prefer this method over a brush, a comb, anything. It makes it so much easier. So once that is all done, I like to run my fingers through just to make sure I didn't miss any spots, that I got everything. I don't have any extra knots or any other issues there. So then I take that section, wrap it up, re-clip it, and then you're going to see me move on to the next section in the back. I prefer to do both back sections before I move forward to the front. So working with this section, as you can see, is just as tangled as the previous section was. But all I'm going to do is repeat the same process that I did before. I'm going to do a little finger detangling, try to straighten out my ends a little bit. That's the oldest part. I used a spray bottle, which I didn't realize I cut out. But I use a spray bottle. Then I also do my Pre-Poo from the roots, then move it down to the edges, to the ends, work it in a little bit, and then come back once again with my spray bottle to re-wet that section. Then stretch it out a little bit more, then move on to my Tangle Teaser. Again, starting from the ends, working my way up, slowly detangling each section to make sure that I don't miss out on any knots. This side I felt needed a little bit more water, so I re-wet it once again. And then went back in with my Tangle Teaser, worked my way up the section, making sure I get all the knots out. Guys, this was so tangled, it was super bad. I shouldn't have let it get this way, but I did. It's life. But thankfully I have the Tangle Teaser to help me through it. As you can see, holding it out, it's completely different than what it started with. It's super detangled, not tangled anymore, detangled. So that's done. I'm going to wrap that up, clip it back with the alligator clip, and move on to the front section. This section here, oh my gosh, look at that. I can't even get my fingers through it. It was so bad. I had to just figure out how I was going to split it into 2 sections. There's no way I would have got a comb through this trying to section it off. So, and look at those knots. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Terrible. Oh, that is terrible. Can't even fully section that part off. So I'm just going to work my way through it as best as I can. Repeat the process. Spray it. Pre-poo it. Spray it some more. Oh gosh. Yeah. That's bad. But that's why I have the Tangle teaser. I mean, I'm not selling the product. Trust me, I'm not selling it. This is not sponsored. That's just how much this product helps me get through bad moments like this. It comes in handy. So again, as with the same previous steps, detangling from in, slowly working my way up to the root. And I'm also making sure that as I'm detangling my hair that I'm holding, especially as I'm working from bottom up, that I'm holding the strands so that I don't put too much tension on my hair. And despite how tangled my hair is, this process is not painful at all. The Tangle teaser makes it super easy to just glide through your hair and not miss any knots for the most part. So now I got that little small section done. I'm just going to move on to the top section and put that Tangle teaser into extra work. Get that part done. Hair has went from being super dry, matted, tangled to now I can see some texture, some curls. And then finally I'm moving on to the last part, guys. This section is just like the previous section. It's so bad, so tangled up that can't work in one big section, so I had to split it up into 2. And I don't know about any of y'all, but for me, where I have the hair right now, that top clip, that is the thickest part of my hair. And Tangle teaser, once again, just glides through it when I'm detangling, so it makes it so easy for me. I can't stress enough. If you don't have one, you should go out and get one because it'll make the process so much easier. This is what actually saves me so much time when I'm during my wash day, when I'm doing the detangling and the pre-poo. So once again, I'm just going to run my fingers through as I'm detangling just to make sure that I didn't miss anything, especially at the root, because as you can see, my roots are very, very thick. So I have to make sure I don't miss anything before I go in to wash my hair, because I don't want to have any extra tangles or knots while shampooing and conditioning. Here I'm going to add a little more water to the area just to help out with the detangling process. As I said before, I like to use my hands to feel for any knots that I may have missed or any areas that still need to be detangled. While I love the Tangle teaser, I am still careful that I don't just blindly rake it across my hair, especially in large areas that are tangled like this. It's a great tangling tool, but I prefer to minimize and prevent any breakage where I can and if possible. So in my opinion, I think just solely using a detangling tool for large areas like this is a recipe for disaster. So I prefer to use my hand as well as a guide to help me find any areas that I need to go back through. Now, I don't like to wash my hair in 4 sections or in twists, so once I finish detangling the last section, I unclip the rest of them and let my hair down. And then I will go back through my entire head with a wide tooth comb just to make sure that I don't have any snags or kinks or knots. I just want to make sure that everything runs through smoothly. And if I'm satisfied with that, then I'm off to shampoo. So that's it. Thanks for watching.